Alrighty, what is going on, guys? Another reaction video, and of course, is the modern audience because the harsh reality check by Hero. Hey, I'll be honest with you, I did see snippets of this video, and I thought, I wonder who exactly that these modern audiences are talking about. To me, I believe they're talking about Baldemort, aka Asmongold. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, leave a like, subscribe, and let's check out this video. Let's go.
A wonderful day today, and in this video, we're going to have yet another great laugh at the modern audience.
The modern
Check it out
audience.
over on Reddit. The post, how to guide young people away from the chud influencers we jerk about. So some quick context here, this is a
What does that even mean that we jerk about? What do you mean by this? Like just a genuine question. What do you mean by this?
discussion page for the Gaming Circle Jerk subreddit. If you're not familiar with that
Of course
subreddit,
it is.
it's basically just a bunch of like modern audience types who constantly want to defend corporations and incessantly whine about gamers and things like that.
Yes, this is very
Anyways,
true.
enough about their slop. Now on to their tiers. Once again,
Yes, I have taken a gander of literally, it's literally called Gaming Circle Jerk, and yes, it is very it is a very, you know how it's one of those, it's one of those things where people say it's an echo chamber. It's definitely this, and it's the echo chamber of like basically the modern audiences, and it's really sad when I read some of those posts.
title, How to Guide Young People Away from the Chud Influencers We Jerk About. The post going on to read, as you may know from my biography, I'm
And who
something
is
of a
that?
suit emeritus for a renewable energy firm. Even though I am nominally retired, the board likes to call me in every once in a while to vet some interviewees in a more personal, holistic way. I'm cordial and pop culture savvy enough to catch young people off guard. It gets us unscripted responses.
What?
Those are the make or break. The higher-ups want to make sure we don't hire someone who looks good on paper, but becomes a problem once they're in the office. I've dealt with too much of that in my prime. It never ends well. Which brings me to the other day. I was on Zoom call with a promising applicant, a young man, Generation Z, strong STEM credentials, a medical internship of some
Okay.
sort, etc. I don't remember everything. Ever since the shock, my memory isn't what it used to be.
I put that down.
But what concerned me was that the boy name-dropped Asmongold.
Oh,
As if
there
it
it
was a thing
is.
to be proud of.
There it is. There it is. You know, a part of me really thought, nah, there's no way that this person's gonna mention Asmongold. Okay, a part of me believes that this post is BS. But hey, maybe Amaru Reanoob, I don't know what the hell they're. I mean, granted, there's so many different types of jobs out there, but my God, I have no idea what he's talking about. But anyway, let's see what other things that this person's gonna mention.
I'm really at a loss here. You all know full well Asmongold is fundamentally incompatible with a decent person's values. So I'm afraid I may have shown my hand. I said something along the lines of, oh please, not the cockroach man. But the applicant seemed genuinely confused. What's wrong with him?
The
How do we
cockroach
stop
man.
this sort of thing? I see it more and more these days. Part of me wants to encourage the board to vet social media more intensely, but I prefer the personal touch. Is there a way to debunk these young people in real time? So yeah, this is like peak modern audience corpo stuff right here. And I expect
Yeah, this sounds kind of just. It's like what? Like what's the issue? Like this. What does him watching Asmongold have to do with anything? How is he like? The important thing is that how is he going to perform at the job? Who gives a who literally cares that this is what this person looks like? How are they going to do in their job? Are they going to be efficient? Are they going to be a hindrance? That's really what that matters. And also, are they what is it? Are they what is it? Are they what is it? Are they a POS pretty much? You know, those are the things that matter in an interview.
especially
What is
love
this?
at the end how he's like, is there a way to debunk these young people in real time? Like, what is that even supposed to mean exactly? Debunk what specifically? It sounds like he just can't stand that there are people who don't follow the modern audience slop stuff that this guy follows, and he needs to find, like, desperately try and find some way to debunk them. And I don't even really
Oh well, like that clip right there, how he struggled to reload because he kept healing his teammates. But anyway, yeah, that's insanity. Come on now, like really, this is like you went to an interview and then like the person is like a hardcore like what is it, a hardcore has a left wing or right or whatever, and they're like, and they just what is it? They just throw up their hand to the forehead and like, oh no, that person is whatever supporter. I'm gonna have to not hire them. It's like what? I'd be like, dude, this is so crazy. Part of me believes it's not real at all, but part of me also believes it as well. But I don't know.
Really get how debunk is the proper word here. Like, the
So
whole thing is a
ridiculous.
weird thing to say and it doesn't really make sense to me. So my takeaway is that these people are desperate and they don't even make sense. Anyways, the comedy doesn't end there because one of the top
It
responses is
continues.
this, and it reads, I think a big issue is that the narrative that, quote, progressivism is the new mainstream, unquote, has taken strong root, and no young person wants to be seen as not countercultural. So let's pause already because that's not even a new thing. For
No, it isn't. That's been around for a long, long time. And countercultural. First of all, have you not heard of emos back in like early 2000s, 90s, 80s, and things like that? The counterculture has been a thing for a millennia. That's always been a thing. Something that's popular, there's always some group that's like, no, they're anti-popular and things like that. There's always that. That's always existed since forever.
For plenty of years now, those viewpoints have been shoved onto people from all levels of government to massive corporations and major
That too,
multinational
yeah, of
asset
course.
firms. In other words, it's been the mainstream. So let's continue. They say, this is
Yes, yes, it has. Accept or be fired or whatever or be canceled. It was literally all of that. You had literally no choice. It was so bad, especially with the whole Me Too thing when it started. I understand what that with the everything about that, but man, that was so that has so much venom and that was supposed to be that wasn't something that was supposed to be heavily weaponized, but it did heavily. And a lot of good people got canceled. That really not much evidence came out, and a lot of good people got canceled and lost careers.
is further reinforced by all of the anti-woke media figures being most popular in alt media spaces like Twitch and YouTube, rather than the traditional cable news slash talk show environment.
Yep.
I think pro-equality figures need to become masters of alt media spaces,
Oh
and also
God.
learn how to debate the ideas of anti-wokeness on a substantive level. Yes, the memes about Asmon being greasy are funny, but attacking the person doesn't defeat the ideas they propagate. For me, personally, one thing that most moved me away from my conservative upbringing was seeing progressive YouTubers like Cenk Uygur, Hassan Piker, Stephen Bonnell.
Wait, what? For me personally, the one thing that most moved me away from my conservative upbringing was seeing progressive YouTubers like Saint Uger. Yeah, not he's not exactly that progressive anymore. Hassan Piker, Steve Bonnell. I don't really know. Oh, Ian Koczynski. I don't really know these ones. Debating like the likes of Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, and Tim Pool. I'll be honest with you. I don't. I mean, if you've seen the way how some of these people kind of make the arguments a little bit like Saint Uger and Hassan, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, there's some pretty bad things that some of them have said, which I don't know. Which I'm pretty sure Ben Shapiro and Tim Pool and Charlie has done, Charlie Kirk as well. But I don't know, man. I I mean, I seen some pretty really bad clips from, especially from Hassan. But I don't know, man.
Upbringing was seeing progressive YouTubers like Cenk Uygur, Hassan Piker, Stephen Bonnell, and Ian Koczynski debating the likes of Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, and Tim Pool. The left can meme, but they need to learn how to persuasively argue. I also don't know why this person is pretending to care about equality when their line of thinking constantly pushes equity, not equality. For example, the DEI stuff they constantly
Yes.
propagate and defend. The E stands for, once again, equity, not equality. To be fair, maybe this person doesn't actually agree with the equity thing. We would need them to elaborate on that a little bit more, so I just...
Yeah, it's the whole point of the equity. Oh wait, my thing's downloading. Whoops. Ugh. What is I have that? What is
thought
I'll
it was
cancel that
funny.
for later. But what is it? The whole point of the equity part is it's the for a lot of these ones are mainly just, hey, are you this? What is it? And are you that? And these are all check boxes. That's all it is. But these aren't like the important check boxes. Like, what's your experience? What is it? What is it? What is it? How much? What is it? How much do you have of this? How much do you bet? What are your credentials? It's nothing of these. It's just. And here's the thing. A lot of them have been oh, are you this? Are you that? Are you this type of minority? Are you this type of minority? And they're all check boxes of and that's it. I, and that's been that way for years now. And I didn't really think it would get to that point, but it has, severely so. Oops,
but I'm willing to give them benefit of the
crazy
doubt.
man.
Here's a response that actually got minus 24 downvotes, so people there are not happy with this one. But
Oh,
let's see
yep,
what
I
it
believe it.
says. I understand the concern, but Asmongold's actually a pretty positive influence for a lot of young guys. He's real, honest, and built his platform through hard work, which makes him relatable in a world full of fake personas. He talks
Yeah,
openly about
that's
mental
true.
health and burnout, which helps break the stigma around those topics. Plus, he encourages thinking for yourself and isn't afraid to call out toxic behavior in gaming spaces or his own chat. People look up to
This
him
is true.
because
He
he's
does do that.
authentic, not because he promotes harmful ideas. Might be worth asking why this person admires him before jumping to conclusions. There could be a number of reasons for this boy, not all are bad. And the most upvoted response to that response is this one that says,
I'm pretty sure. Yep, there it is. This person is right. I mean, Asmongold, he has his takes, some good ones, some bad ones, some really bad ones. But even with that, there is like it doesn't really, even with that, there is like it doesn't mean that he's a god awful person. I mean, yeah, he's done some of these things in the past, but it is true. He is someone that tells people, "Hey, think for yourself. Don't think of, don't try to, you know, you know, try to think collectively or anything like that. Do it all for your own. Do it yourself." And it's just, I don't know. This is insanity.
nah, he's a chud, and any benefit he theoretically is doing by talking about mental health is directly counteracted by him being an awful, disgusting human being who believes other human beings are lesser for trying to actually be authentically themselves. The only thing he's authentic about him is that wait, what? The only thing he's authentic about him
Yeah,
is that his
I'm.
outside 100% reflects what's inside. They would get a response.
What? No, no, it doesn't. Here's the thing. There's a lot of shit I say that are like that doesn't really reflect how I really feel. Sometimes I just I joke around about a lot of things. Even though some of them could be dark or pretty harsh, but yeah, but no, because he's discussing all. It's just like, yeah, he has his moment to be like, it's a little strange, about like the lack of like showering and things like that. I did think it's strange, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you're someone that's always in a room conditioned area and all the other stuff, it's like, unless you're someone that goes out and things, then it it wouldn't at all defeat the purpose. But it's just like it is very, I don't know, man. I'm trying to come up with a reason, but it is interesting. It's like, huh, that's weird, that's strange, but it works out for him, and it's just like, well, even though it is strange, but you can't. What is it? You can't. What is it? You can't remove the fact that he is someone that's majorly successful of what he's doing, and this works out for him just fine. Really, nothing you can do. So yeah,
Response that also
but let's
got
see this.
minus 10 downvotes saying, I find some of his gaming takes is questionable, but Zach never deserved reputation he has in certain circles. He's a very simple and poorly educated guy, but I don't find him evil. Most of his views are even quite progressive. There are much worse influencers like Tate or Elon. There are much, much worse influencers like Tate or Elon, excuse me.
He is very simple and poorly educated guy. What the fuck? This is like basically a backhand. That's what that is. That's how I read that as. It's like, no, he's just a simpleton. He's just a little uneducated. I'm like, what the what? Oh my god, that's actually pretty messed up, man.
Response there says, he has control over his sub, channels, and editors. If he really wanted to push the progressive stuff, he would, but he allows the dumb and gamer stuff to propagate and be his main narratives. I don't think he's as bad as Tater Elon, but he doesn't do a lot to beat the allegations. So
Okay, first of all, or Elon, I really don't care a whole lot. I mean, the whole thing with Elon so far is just the whole gaming stuff. I'm like, okay. I mean, sure, that means a lot to people. For me, it's just like, I don't know. I'm not in this space, so it doesn't really matter to me. I don't doubt that if it was part of a space that I was interested in, I'm pretty sure it would be a big deal. But for Tate, it's like, dude, for Tate alone, it's just like there was a lot of videos and clips for Tate he would admit, he'd admit the manipulation and the control that he would have over his cam girls pretty much, and there some of them were it sounded some of them really did sound like believed to many people, which I don't doubt some of them were are pretty illegal. And so with that, I'm just like, this is him actually doing things with real people and things like that, with manipulation and control and such with Andrew Tate. Um, but Asmongold not wanting to push the progressive things and such like that, it's just like the reason why he doesn't, because he doesn't want to, because he knows that this whole idea of the progressive, like like DEI and things like that, is BS, and he knows it, and that's the reason why he doesn't. There's the reason why he doesn't cover it. That's the reason why he doesn't do it. So I don't know. I don't know if that makes him a bad person. He's not like I understand that I'm pretty sure people just constantly think back of like the thing that he said about I think it was Israel or something like that, which I understand like that was a god awful take. That was horrible. But I'll be honest with you, you're telling me that one moment out of like, you know, everything else, that's the only one people could think of like, no, this is really who you are. I'd be like, well, I'll be honest with you. It was a very, very dumb take, hands down, you know. But I do believe that he should have really, really, really thought about it and before really saying it. But he said it anyway, and didn't come out well at all. But because of the incident, that's the only thing people could bring up. And I'm just like, no, man, he just messed up. That's it. And it was a very, very harsh take, which I understand what he means by this. But to me, I thought, I was like, yeah, that's a really harsh take, my guy. That's not good. People are absolutely gonna take this out of context, and it did. It very much did happen that way. But I don't know.
So the
Okay,
allegations here are that he doesn't pander to modern
okay,
audience type rhetoric. Okay. And finally, we'll take a look at this exchange where the OP is also responding. So, thought this one was rather interesting. The first comment here reads, "What exactly are you trying to debunk? Asmongold is simple-minded, but he is not exactly dangerous or ambitious. Maybe it's time to retire for good. You can spend more time on not getting invited to anything." To which the OP says, "He may not be consciously dangerous. I have not watched him. I only know
I
him by
know,
reputation through the circle jerk side of this community."
bro. If you only get your information from the quote unquote circle jerk side of the community, yeah, I'll be honest with you, it's like you getting information about a certain group of people who are very, anti whatever it is, that's like you're getting your information from that group. I mean, let's be honest, that's really what it is. Okay.
Oh gosh. I was going to pause and comment on this after. I don't think I can make it, bro. We got to comment on this really quick. So, this self-proclaimed suit, this corpo dude, is seriously taking a circle jerk subreddit's opinion on someone and running with that unironically as if it's just like objective fact. Like, oh, I haven't watched him myself. I haven't actually made my own opinion on him based off what I've seen. No, but the circle jerk people said that he's a terrible person, so clearly they're right. Clearly that person's got to be terrible. How do we debunk him? And how do we debunk people like him? It's shocking that this dude doesn't see how terrible of a take that is.
Yeah,
Please
I
get some
agree.
self-awareness. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me try getting through this comment again now with
But I like how like they're just not thinking like, hey, how can I get different point of views and ideas from outside, from outside perspectives or anything like that, or even outside the community. But no, I mean, come on, man. You're just willing to be misinformed.
without the pause. My apologies. He may not be consciously dangerous. I have not watched him. I only know him by reputation through the
Yep, there it
circle jerk
is.
side of this community, but he
Yeah,
often associates
there it
with
is
those
again.
who are. Why such a flippant and rude reply? Be a nicer human, please. There is enough vitriol in today's world. Says the person who takes character assassination posts on one of the most toxic subreddits out there as objective fact. And lastly, the other person
Yeah,
says,
it's
"I'll get
true.
right to work on being a pompous, self-appointed, nicer human." I don't see much of a difference between these associates of Asmongold and the circle jerkers. And that's the end of it. The OP never responded in that chain once again, so we'll leave it there. I probably should have made a disclaimer at the beginning of this video that you might lose some like
Jesus
brain cells from
Christ.
reading this stuff, but I guess it's a little
Oh
late
my
now.
God.
Regardless, I hope you enjoyed the coverage. It was funny at least. Kind of also like pathetic, but funny. If you like what I had to say
Absolutely,
and you like the
dude. Oh
coverage and
my
all that,
God.
please consider liking and or subscribing to the channel as well. Appreciate your support, and let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.
I have no idea what. Oh my God, dude. Oh wow. This was something, man. I just like how they're just like the person said that they get all the information because of from what is it from that community, which I'm like, dude, if you're part of a community that absolutely hates said individual, and and here's the thing, I'm someone that that's also part of like said communities that do not like what is it that don't like Saint Huger and Hassan Piker, and but sometimes I'll go out of my way to see like, oh, what what are what are these, what are that, the clips and things and such. But man, just seeing how
Sure.
much just seeing how much that how much of these seeing how much of these um uh, the comments of these. So that's why I go out of my way to see, what is, what's the context of said things. And so that's why I go out of my way to, to see them and such. But because so many things get taken out of context. So personally, for me, sometimes I have to go out of my way to see what this is about. What they're talking about, what led to this question or what led to that, to the answer and things like that. And and yeah, man, that's the reason why that's why I see. That's why to me when that person said that, oh, they got inspired or Saint Huger and Hassan Piker was the reason why they removed from the conservative space, and I'm just like, okay, man, like, all right, if those are the ones who you really want to pick on your side, okay, um, all right, I understand. There's some there's bad ones on the other one too, the conservative side, but I'll be honest with you, I don't, man, I just see, I just try to pick and choose which one I like and dislike and things like that, and try to come on my own thoughts and ideas, but I guess it kind of sucks. It's one of those things where you got to pick all of them or none of them. Which I understand that kind of stance can be pretty extreme at times. But anyway, oh, man, it's crazy, man. The crazy hate that Asman gets, and I mean, yeah, he's a vocal guy and he's harsh, but doesn't mean that what he's saying, not everything what he says is just out of spite. Not all the time, not all the time, but I don't know, man. I have seen Asman's content for quite a long time, so I don't know, man. It's just pretty insane. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for that rambling. Hope you guys have a good one. Leave a like, subscribe, and hope you guys enjoyed the content. And yeah, hopefully we get to 200 subs before the end of January. All you guys have a good one. Peace. Eesh.